I mean, look, obviously, I hate Hitler. He's Hitler. He's terrible. But here's the thing. So is the guy he's running against. They are both equally bad. Plus, the other guy hasn't earned my vote yet. It's not enough for me to just vote against Hitler. I need someone who inspires me. And I know what you're going to say. This is the most important election of our lifetime. Ugh, it is always the most important election of our lifetime. Trust me, no one is going to be talking about Hitler in a couple years. I mean, he's bad, but it's not like he's... I don't know, the only name I can think of is Hitler, but you know what I'm saying. Besides, I live in Dusseldorf. My vote doesn't count anyway. I don't know. I'll probably just vote for the Green Party.
1, 2, 3, 4. Going to a little place now, baby, on a rocket ship. 400 million miles above the Sunset Strip. There's no class and no exams, no alimony checks, no traffic jams. Hey, give me your hand, and we'll get there soon. Oh yeah, we're going to the lost moon.
Outer space, the great unknown, the big inky. A lot of stars out here, a lot of moons. Moons so bright they shine like diamonds. Moons so dark they... Sorry. Forgot to turn off my notifications. Hang on. Oh, God damn it. Well, that's not what I meant to... All right, fine, whatever. I was trying to do a kind of spectacular opening. It was a dumb idea. I don't normally work in a visual medium. Hello! I don't know if we're getting, like a broader audience.
This can't be it.
But let me just catch you up. I'm Jupiter Jack. I'm a DJ, host of the long-running, free-form, psychedelic freak-out Lost Moon Radio. And normally I broadcast a show from outer space, where I live. But what happened is, funny story, I was back here on Earth visiting friends and family in early March, and wouldn't you know it, a global pandemic broke out. And then I couldn't get back to the Lost Moon because most of the rest of the solar system has placed a ban on Earth because we are a highly contagious ball of disease. So I've just been hunkered down in this apartment in the San Fernando Valley. Instead of the rings of Jupiter out my window, my current view is the local Arby's. Of course, I've always loved their 5 for $5 sandwich deal, but they're drive-through only now, so I just find myself staring at the desolate fluorescent interior. Giant glowing hat kind of makes it hard to sleep. And I haven't been doing my radio show because the station furloughed a bunch of us, whatever the hell that means. So, and some of you might relate to this, I've been feeling kind of restless. You know, boxed in. My apartment is just this. I've tried sparking some meditative discussions and playing a few tracks for friends during our Jackbox game nights, but it's just not the same. But then I thought, wait a minute, it's 2020. Why don't I just do my show on what the kids call the net, right? Live streaming. Then I thought, well, is the show going to work in that format? But then I decided, hey, it doesn't have to be good. It just has to be better than not doing a show at all. And maybe it'll be a little rough around the edges. I think it already has been. But what are people going to do? Complain? I can't hear you unless you're at the Arby's. Actually, I can see that someone in the chat is complaining. Landon237 says, terrible. Millions of ballots have been dumped in the LA River. Okay, well, that's a bot. But this is a good reminder. We have a chat box for everyone live streaming. Feel free to jump in there. Let me know how you're doing right now. Chat it up, but, with words that you type. Because that's the theme of tonight's episode, how we're all doing. This is a tumultuous time. There's a raging virus. There's an election in a week to determine the survival of our democracy. And the Dodgers might actually win the World Series. I haven't checked the score. I don't know. Maybe they lost. This is a Lost Moon Radio live stream. Let's play a track.
I'm an independent thinker, and my voice will be heard. I stand for freedom everywhere I go. I have passionate opinions on our nation today, and I always let my fellow shoppers know I'm a patriot. I get mad easily. I have things to say. I'm an American. I believe in independence and the power of speech. That's why I throw my groceries around. I sometimes buy a ticket for a flight I won't take. I get kicked off the plane while it's still on the ground. I share Facebook posts and conspiracies. I'm on the no-fly list. I throw my groceries. I pledge allegiance to the internet, particularly this one video I saw. Did you know that Dr. Fauci and crazy Nancy Pelosi gave 40 children AIDS, and the AIDS was labeled vaccine? That's why I am going to Walmart to cough on the elderly greeter. You won't be safe in Joe Biden's America. I demand to have fried chicken without wearing a mask. I'll just stand here on this counter through the night. Then I'll march to the Target to throw masks on the ground. I'm like Martin Luther King. If he were white, my kids don't talk to me. I think they're microchipped. I hate Obamacare. I'm not feeling well. Okay, Glenn, Mommy and Daddy are going to talk to Dr. Silverstein over here, and you can stay and play with the toys.
Hey, doesn't Dr. Silverstein have nice toys, Glenn?
They're my toys.
Oh, okay, Glenn, we'll be right over here.
Haley, Jake, thank you both so much for coming in today. I have the results of the tests, and we do have a diagnosis.
We just want to understand our son and what we can do to help him.
Well, there's no easy way to say this. Your son is a Republican.
What?
I'm afraid Glenn is a Republican.
No, this can't be happening.
Oh, doctor, are you sure?
Yes, it's the only explanation for all the symptoms. He has, as you've observed, a lot of trouble sharing, the tendency to say that whatever is in his possession is something he's earned and deserves, even when it was given to him. We saw that with the crayons and the big shovel in the sandbox.
Just yesterday, I gave him a box of animal crackers, and 15 seconds later, he told me I made these.
Yes, and then there were his first words.
Law and order.
That's right. Also, as you've noted, he identifies as Christian, even though you're both Jewish.
Yeah.
And whenever you try to hold him accountable for something, he insists that the Clintons did worse.
I'm in shock.
We knew he was in a high-risk category because he's a white male, but the tests confirmed it. We showed him an ink blot, and he said that he saw looting. In the written section, we gave him a very simple tax form, but he filled it out with just preposterous lies. He kept interrupting the nurse during the listening portion, and when she tried to get him back on track, he'd claim he was being canceled.
How can this be possible? We're both lifelong Democrats.
Is this because I watched American Sniper while I was pregnant?
I wish we knew what caused it.
Okay, I'm sorry, doctor. I'm just trying to get my head around this. I mean, aren't some of the things, the selfishness, the petulance, normal for 4-year-olds?
Yes, but I'm afraid in Glenn's case, he'll never grow out of them.
Oh, God.
Maybe we should talk about what you can expect going forward. What you're seeing now will become more severe with time. The entitlement, the grievances, even when things are going well for him. The friends he makes will be awful. He'll be a B or C student, so his best shot at college will be a legacy admission, even though he'll never stop griping about affirmative action. He'll have sex late, and he'll place the blame for that on women as a whole.
What if he's gay?
He'll still blame women.
But doctor, isn't it true that it's a spectrum?
Yes, well, maybe he's just a libertarian.
We used to distinguish, but in the last 4 years, it's become clear that they're basically all the same.
Could we talk treatment? Is there anything we can do?
If Glenn has enough liberal siblings, it's possible that they could counteract him. But you have to understand, Glenn has inherent structural advantages. Honestly, if it were my son, I'd just cut my losses and focus on the courts.
Mommy,
Yes, honey, what is it?
drive me home. I want to watch Lou Dobbs.
All right, we kicked
Now.
off that set with Independent Thinker by Karen, no last name given, and we followed that with Your Son is a Republican, an educational video prepared by the CDC, which was subsequently suppressed by the White House. I also need to apologize. We were Zoom bombed. Obviously, Russia or Chinese interference. I'm not sure. So, the coronavirus. That's a big thing affecting how we're all doing right now. It's certainly affecting me. Look, I'm in a higher risk category. I'm not as young as I once was. Space travel takes a toll on the body. And historically, I did a lot of drugs. Am I going outside? Rarely. Am I still wiping down my groceries? You bet your ass. I'm not going to die over this thing. I still have stuff to do. I've never been to Dollywood. You assume that you're going to have time somewhere to make it to Pigeon Fork. But in the interest of full disclosure, I should probably let you in on a recent experience. 3 days ago, I'm waiting on my weekly Instacart, staying ultra safe and distanced per usual, and I get the text that my personal shopper is arriving, and I'm halfway across the room when the doorbell rings, and I think, oh, they're already here. And I open the door, but it's not my personal shopper. It's Ozzy Osbourne, legendary metal vocalist and cultural iconoclast, looking very disoriented and not wearing a mask. He says, Jack, what are you doing here? I say, Ozzy, this is my apartment. I'm staying here. He says, right, that's why I came. I say, Ozzy, where is your mask? And then he starts kind of pawing at his face, like he didn't realize he wasn't wearing one. And I'm like, Ozzy, stop touching your face. And he's going, I guess I lost it. And listen, you have to understand, when you've been around the recording industry as long as I have, this is the thing that happens. Sometimes an iconic genre-defining artist will show up on your doorstep very confused. It's just bad timing right now with COVID. I mean, he was so close I could smell the sriracha of whatever he'd scrounged up for lunch, and he's anxiously adjusting his sunglasses like he's kind of frightened. And then I see the Instacart guy coming up the stairs behind him, and I shout, buddy, just keep your distance. You don't want to get dragged into this. And then Ozzy Osbourne sneezed on me. He just sneezed right in my face. So if I end up with the coronavirus, that's how it happened. Black Sabbath's Prince of Darkness sneezed on me. I waited the requisite 3 days, and yesterday I drove to Dodger Stadium. I sat in the line. I watched the video on the Jumbotron, snapped the Q-tip, shook the vial, and now I'm waiting for the results. Current mood, not great. Pretty stressed. But anyway, how are you doing? Let's check on the chat. Okay, I'm seeing that Annie has got hair wet but clean. Chelsea is sucky. Well, Jen is holding breath till next week. Okay, well, all these things are great. But believe it or not, we do have sponsors for tonight's broadcast. I needed some way to offset the cost of the outer space stock footage I bought for the Open, and now it's time we hear from them. I'm going to have a panic attack. We'll be right back.
When this pandemic started, we weren't sure we'd be able to keep our doors open. But then we realized that small, family-owned businesses like ours are vital to the community now more than ever. So we'd like to tell you a little bit about what we're doing to keep you safe at Crazy Larry's Open Mouth Kissing Parlor. We're wiping down the kissing booths. We've installed overhead fans to improve airflow. And we're requiring N95 masks to be worn before and after each vigorous open mouth kissing session. Once you arrive, you'll wait to be let in, 6 feet apart, in a socially distanced line. When it's your turn, an attendant will take you and the stranger behind you inside, where you'll be given paper booties for your shoes and a complimentary wet nap. At this point, you may remove your mask and begin your kissing session. And for the time being, in accordance with CDC guidelines, all guests will be limited to no more than 5 anonymous partners. Here's a word from Larry.
In 1978, I had a dream. A place where like-minded individuals could come, let their hair down, and engage in open-mouth kissing without any strings. Despite numerous attempts to shut us down, we've become a fixture of the San Bernardino community ever since. And I'll be damned if some Chinese flu is going to keep us from doing what we...
Thanks, Larry. So come on down to Crazy Larry's Open Mouth Kissing Parlor, where your safety is our #1 concern. And where we're now technically a restaurant because those are allowed to reopen.
Plant your lips on a random partner at Crazy Larry's Open Mouth Kissing Parlor.
It's normal in France.
Oh no.
What's wrong?
I just got accused of transphobia on Twitter because I said the new J.K. Rowling novel was actually pretty good. I love the internet. I just wish I could go on it without the constant fear of being yelled at.
Don't you have WokeBot?
What's that?
It's WokeBot, the app that boosts your virtue signal on social media.
What's a virtue signal?
It's the way to let people know that you're white, but you totally get it.
How does it work?
It's easy. You just download WokeBot from the App Store, connect it to your social media accounts, and then check the boxes of the privileges you want to hide. See, I checked white, non-disabled, and middle class.
Oh, and I'd check white, straight, male, cisgender, non-disabled, upper class, and Ivy League degree or equivalent.
Now let WokeBot do the work.
Whoa! It just changed my profile photo to the phrase, believe women. What does that mean?
Don't worry about it.
Hey, now it's posting for me. Finally watching Black is King, Beyonce is such a genius, and what a dancer. Wow, I've already got 12 likes.
WolfBot also finds protests in your area and checks you in at those locations.
Do I have to go?
Only if you want the selfie.
This is amazing. I had my body in the streets for Black Lives Matter and Global Climate Strike at the same time.
That's just the beginning. With its new Don't Cancel Me feature, WolfBot even searches your feed and deletes old posts you don't know why you shouldn't have written.
So I never have to think about my past actions again.
Now you get it.
Wait, does WolfBot cost anything?
Nope, it's free to download. The only costs are systemic.
WokeBot. It does the work so you don't have to.
All right, welcome back to Lost Moon Radio. You know, folks, I might be doing the show on a laptop in my living room / only room, but it's still a show. And we do have a special guest tonight. You know, I thought since I'm doing my first broadcast in the whole Streamiverse, it might be cool to bring somebody on who really broke out in this era of ones and zeros. Very excited to have her on the program. First-time guest, a preternaturally talented artist who's living through the pandemic just like all the rest of us. Please welcome Billie Eilish.
Hi, Jack.
Ah, Billie. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm like a big fan of your show.
Oh, really? Oh, see, that's great because a lot of people assume that Lost Moon Radio's audience skews older, so it's cool to know that you and your friends listen.
Not my friends. My mom though. Yeah, she's actually listened to it for years with her mom.
Oh, I see. It's kind of a family tradition.
Yeah, exactly. And my grandma made me promise to tell you that she thinks you have a sexy voice.
Oh, okay. Well, you can tell her that I'm on the apps.
Oh, okay. I'll tell her. Yeah, my great grandma thinks the same thing. So.
Well, how is that even possible? Never mind. Don't answer. Billy, one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you is that you're such a prolific artist. But but I know that you started out, working at home.
Yeah, my brother is like my main creative collaborator. So yeah, we do a lot of our writing and recording just in our house.
So I'm guessing you probably haven't missed a beat with this pandemic, right? You're still just churning it out.
Yeah, I see where you're going. Look, I think there's an expectation that this might be like a really productive time for artists. We're at home, there's nothing to distract us, but it's also isolating. And I think it can be a mistake to push yourself too hard. I'm really spending a bunch of hours every day just on self-care, journaling, raking my Zen garden, just checking in with friends. I mean, how are you doing, Jack? You're waiting on COVID results. That must be really stressful.
Well, I'm trying to stay focused on the positive. This show keeps me busy. Sometimes I think keeping busy is the secret to this whole time, and I have been busy.
What else have you been busy with?
Well, I've been doing some get out the vote stuff, phone banking, wiping down the groceries and packages, breaking those down. That takes a fair amount of time. I got to change the, razor blade in the box cutter. I'm making my own hand sanitizer, so that has a whole distilling process if I don't drink it. Sometimes that keeps me up till 2 or 3 in the morning. I've been making a list of all the movies that I have ever seen. And I've been collecting thermoses,
Thermoses?
collectible thermoses, like TV and movie tie-in thermoses.
Oh, yeah, I see.
So far, I don't have that many because they're pretty expensive, actually. I've got Dune and Battlestar 1980, and then I've been making a spreadsheet of the other ones that I want.
Jack, can I ask you, because it definitely sounds like you're very busy. But are you allowing yourself time to just like feel your feelings?
How do you mean? I mean, I feel my feelings. I mean, that's what feelings do. You feel them. It's right in the name.
Yeah, well, I don't want to like assume anything, but it sounds like you might be putting a lot of energy into avoiding just being present with your emotions.
I see where you're going with this.
Well, because that's super normal right now, is all I'm saying.
Right, but I'm doing fine there. Actually, I'm very feelings positive. I saw Inside Out. I get it. Sadness is good. Joy, anger. I forget which one Mindy Kaling was.
Yeah, no, it's just that sometimes we can think that we're feeling our feelings, but then there's like a difference between like actually sitting and like breathing and like fully sort of.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. That's such good general advice for everybody watching, Billy. And I would love to discuss it further, but I'm sorry, I actually got to let you go. We need to play another track.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck, Jack. And also, my grandma says hi. She's like winking at you off camera right now.
Fuck. Hey, what's your favorite COVID hobby? Let me know in the chat. All right? I mentioned the chat. You know where the chat is. Let me know about it in the chat. This is Lost Moon Radio.
Hey, hon. It's almost midnight. Are you still writing postcards?
Yeah, I just feel like I have to. Like, if I'm not trying to save democracy every single minute, I'm part of the problem.
I know. Things are so overwhelming right now. But we also have to take care of ourselves. For instance, it's been forever since we've...
Phone banked?
No, since we've made...
Brownies for the protesters?
Had sex, Elizabeth. It's been forever since we've had sex.
Oh, God, I'm sorry, babe. I honestly can't even think about stuff like that right now. Everything is just so awful.
I really hear you. But, well, I've downloaded a video that I think could help get us in the mood. It's supposed to be really provocative.
You know I don't like porn. It exploits a vulnerable community. Also, the guys are always uglier than the girls.
The site said this one's supposed to be different. Look, why don't we just try it for a couple of minutes and see? Could be fun.
Okay, fine. I will give it 2 minutes.
So, you're here to interview for the open position?
Yeah, here are my references. I'm sure you'll find them comprehensive.
Oh, God, see, this is why I can't watch this stuff.
Oh, come on, just give it a second.
It says here you used to work for Goldman Sachs.
Yeah, but that was just an entry-level position. Most recently, I was Deputy Director of Economic Affairs for President Hillary Clinton.
Wait, did she say President Hillary Clinton?
I think so?
You mean our first female president who was elected in a landslide victory in 2016?
Yeah.
Take off your skirt.
God, this is so weird. Does this take place in an alternate universe where Hillary Clinton is president?
I guess, but it's kind of turning me on.
Get on this desk. I'm about to fuck your brains out, assuming I have your consent.
Oh, you have my enthusiastic consent to rail me so hard I can't walk straight.
Well, the good news is you're covered for any sex-related injuries under Medicare for All, which just passed last year.
Healthcare is so important, especially after that horrible coronavirus outbreak.
I know. It was such a tragedy that those 7 people died, despite our government's swift and coordinated response.
This is so hot. Where did you find this?
The adults only section of MoveOn.org.
Yeah, this feels even better than when Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was confirmed to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, and then they changed the U.S. citizenship requirement, and that's how we got Justice Greta Thunberg.
She'll be on the court for another 80 years.
Oh, Scandinavians live so long.
God, I haven't been this hard since high school.
Sure, we're missing the dialogue.
The Green New Deal was enacted, and carbon emissions are dropping rapidly.
Yeah, Tucker Carlson was fired and replaced by a black trans disabled woman.
She's still a Republican, but I really appreciate the alternate point of view.
Discourse is so important. Now rub your dick on my tits.
God, this universe is so well drawn.
Oh shit. I just got an alert on my phone. The entire Trump family's plane crashed in the Andes, and they were all forced to eat each other. The rescue team said it was a massacre, and the crazy part is, they'd only been up there 40 minutes.
All right, I'm ready. Let's go to bed.
Too late. I just came.
Whew, it's hot today.
Yeah, they say 2020 might be the hottest year on record. That's climate change for you.
Yeah, but who can say with the weather? Might be cooler again next year. I just don't think there's any way to know.
I know sometimes it's hard to tell what's really real, but there's a special kind of magic through which all can be revealed. It's the magic of science, and it's just a thing for you. It helps you to distinguish what you feel from what is true. That's the magic of science. It helps fill in the gaps. You might call it a method for determining the facts.
It sounds okay, but I still have my doubts.
That's why collecting data is so key.
What if I don't like what I find out?
Yes, that's inconvenient, but it's still reality. That's the magic of science. We don't always have to guess. If you have a question, it can tell you no or yes. That's the magic of science. Yes, science does the trick. It can help explain the weather and keep you from getting sick.
Is science gonna make me wear a mask?
No, science doesn't tell you what to do. Science only tells you that they help with saving lives. If you want to be an asshole, that's entirely up to you. So in conclusion, life is full of vagaries and unseen turns and twists. But facts can be determined and objective truth exists.
Okay, that was The Magic of Science by Dr. Jeffrey Reynolds of MIT. And before that, we watched Swing Left, a user feedback video from the Move On After Dark collection. Apparently, you get to it by clicking on the donkey that's engaged in intercourse with the Statue of Liberty. Worth a watch. Just a reminder that our chat lines are open. We're talking about COVID hobbies. Let's give some shout outs here and see what people are doing. Heather has been staring at a wall. Okay. Catherine, thanks to COVID, I've become a birder. That's something I will never do. And we've got B Bird. I'm making killer coffee. That sounds great, except I don't want to get any more up. Trish Hadley has become a cat lady. I'm more of a dog person. And Donkey Dookie says, Billie Eilish made some good points, Jack. Maybe you aren't giving yourself space for your feelings. All right, well, I'm pretty sure that I am. My feelings are just fine, folks. But I'll take that under advisement. All right, it's time for another word from our sponsors. We'll be back in a moment with more Lost Moon Radio.
Whew. Things are pretty nuts out there, huh? I never thought in my lifetime I would see the country so divided, so ready to ignite with just the right spark. Images are all over Fox News of once great cities like Seattle and Portland reduced to battlegrounds. And it seems like there's nothing we can do about it. Or is there? Hi, we're Antifa. You've probably heard a lot about us and assumed we were just a loose collection of dissenters organically protesting a growing threat to American democracy. But that's where you're wrong. Antifa is a well-organized operation with a clear command structure, funded by, who else? The Jews, with the sole purpose of subjugating heterosexual white men by taking their guns and installing into power our Antifa leader, a strong, gay woman of color. Who are you imagining right now? That's who it is. So when you head to the polls this November, don't think of Antifa as a bunch of kids and moms getting tear-gassed by the police for trying to have their voices heard. Think of people just like you, who want to establish a worldwide caliphate of pedophile vampires that practice Sharia law. That's who we are. That's Antifa.
For more information, go to whitehouse.gov/Antifa.
By now you've heard that Crazy Larry's was forced to shut down after our grand reopening was designated a super spreader event. It was a difficult decision, but ultimately we've decided to reopen our doors and take more precautions than ever to keep you safe. Precautions like moving the kissing booths outside into our parking lot, our new app, which lets you sign up for curbside kissing, and limiting each vigorous kissing session to no more than 25 minutes. Here's Larry.
In 1978, while backpacking across Europe, I saw things. I kind of opened this that we need now more than ever. So let's come together as a community during these trying times and kiss each other on the mouth and little boos in the parking lot. Because I'm not going to let Gavin, I hate business Newsom, tell us how to do our business.
Thanks, Larry. So come on down to Crazy Larry's Open Mouth Kissing Parlor, a place for singles to meet, kiss, and enjoy family-style Spanish tapas.
We wanna stay open, but it's getting harder at Crazy Larry's Open Mouth Kissing Parlor.
We're all going to get this thing eventually.
Okay, welcome back to Lost Moon Radio. I'm your host, Jupiter Jack, and I've been doing some thinking. Look, maybe Billie Eilish had a point. I consider myself a fairly reflective person. I host a show where every episode is a free-ranging cosmic meditation on a theme. But, maybe I like the big picture because it keeps me from looking closer to home. Maybe I use music and art and pop culture trivia as a distraction. Heck, I chose a career in radio where the worst possible sin is silence. That's dead air. But we're not on the radio right now, and maybe that's an opportunity for a worthwhile experiment. So yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to sit here for a moment and just listen to my own feelings, and maybe you'd like to try the same thing at home. Here we go. Let's go. Feeling my feelings. I feel warm. Like too warm. I'm kind of heating up, actually. Oh, God, my heart is going pretty fast. Are these COVID symptoms? Okay, maybe I should look that up. No. I'll look it up in a minute because right now I'm feeling my feelings. You're doing fine, Jack. I'm looking at the Arby's sign. In some ways, it's my most constant companion these days. But what is this giant neon cowboy hat but a crude monument to endless westward expansion and the whole white supremacist myths that built this country? I hate this hat. I feel anger. Okay? Yeah, it's anger. I'm angry to be trapped inside. I'm angry I might have caught COVID from Ozzy Osbourne sneezing on me, even though he didn't mean to. And yes, I don't know whether Ozzy has COVID, but for God's sakes, a man eats bats. He might have created COVID. I'm really pissed off we lost Eddie Van Halen, too. And I don't understand why it takes up to 48 hours to unsubscribe from a mailing list. These are computers. Does a computer have to wait till Monday when it's back in the computer office? Does it have to talk to its computer boss? Okay, so that was checking in with my feelings. Was that good? Did it help? Don't know. Unclear. I guess that's a question for the chat. How do you process your anger? What do you do with the little red guy screaming in the back of your head? Is he ever at all useful? Let me know. All right, let's play a track.
And now see, that is why you have to muddle the rosemary before you add it as a garnish.
Of course.
That makes so much sense.
It releases the aromatics.
Yes!
You know, I'm so glad we're still able to get together during all this craziness. Tina, thank you so much for setting up the Zoom.
Oh, it was my pleasure. You know, I actually kind of prefer it this way.
You would.
Oh, no.
What?
What?
Trump just retweeted a racist cartoon from the 30s.
Oh,
He's the worst.
the worst!
I feel so bad for black people right now. Like, all the time. It actually hurts me to be white.
You know, last week, my niece posted a quote from James Baldwin.
Which Baldwin brother is he?
I think he's the oldest.
No, that's Alec.
Actually, I don't think he is a Baldwin brother because the picture was of a black gentleman.
I understand.
Oh, wait, I
I know
who-
exactly
I
who
know
you're talking
exactly
about.
who you, yeah.
Anyways, He said something to the effect of, "This has been going on for a long time."
Oh, God. Devastating.
Well, at least since the 1800s.
I think it's the 1600s.
America's not that old, babe.
You know, I watched this series recently. I don't know if you guys did, but it was so moving. It's called Blackish.
Ooh, I've heard that's very challenging.
Oh, well, that's doing the work.
I had the same experience with The Watchmen.
Oh, I have been meaning to watch that. How is it?
Good. I don't know if there's any black people in it. It's very long, but Billy Crudup was terrific.
Oh,
I think you might have seen the movie The Watchmen and not the series.
No, it was the series.
If there was a way not to be white, I would do it.
You know, the important thing is to be active.
Yes, and to support black-owned businesses. I started listening to Power 106.
Oh, these pajama pants are FUBU.
We ordered a George Foreman grill.
You know what I've been doing is every day I reach out to a different black person that I know just to check in.
From work.
No, I find them on Facebook.
Every day I say to myself, "You suck, Don. You suck."
Is everybody else capitalizing the word black when you write it now? Because I am.
Well, just the first letter, because I'm doing the whole word.
I bold it, and when I write white, I use a scary Halloween font.
Are you all donating? Because we have set up a regular donation at a very important black organization. Well, what is the name of it, hon?
The NCAA.
Oh, see, that's terrific. You know, I am only watching interracial pornography.
Really? Now, is the guy always the...
Oh, yeah. Oh, and you know the best part? It takes place in a world where Hillary Clinton is president.
That is so
I-
relevant.
Right?
Hey guys, I'm Bobby. I got the invite on Facebook.
Oh, my God.
Hey,
Bobby.
hi.
Wow.
Welcome. You're welcome.
Oh.
Just so you know, I hate myself.
Hello and welcome to the 2020 Congressional Awards Dinner, live streaming on Twitch. I'm Barry Sims.
I'm Sam Greenberg, and we are
The Bipartisans. Lighthearted political comedy that gives equal time to satirizing both the left and the right.
Because even though I'm a Democrat,
And I'm a Republican.
there's one thing we can agree on.
It's bad on both sides. You know us from a red, white, and 100% not blue comedy tour.
And tonight, we want to make sure we zing everybody as we reach across the smile.
And I gotta say up top, Sam, you Democrats and your pronouns, he, she, they, them, who, what, where, sometimes why, I can't keep them straight. Oops, did I say straight? I meant cis. Am I gonna be canceled?
And you Republicans, you're forcibly sterilizing migrant women in concentration camps.
It's bad on both sides. But you liberals, you want to pay people not to work. Well, that's super groovy, man. I'll just collect my government check and spend it on ACLU donations and legalized marijuana.
Well, Barry, I felt like I was high when I watched the first debate and heard the president issuing commands to Nazis.
It's
bad on both sides. You know, Barry, us liberals may not be perfect, but under a Republican administration, over 200,000 Americans have died of COVID in less than a year. One of them was my Aunt Susan. She died alone in the hospital, and we couldn't have a funeral.
Okay, we're having a lot of fun tonight. I should say, a lot of this is new material.
Still workshopping it.
Should we maybe skip ahead to the...
Yeah, let's.
So, Sam and I find nothing brings people together like a little music.
You say the climate is changing whenever it's hot.
You guys don't care when black people get shot.
You want to make Seattle an autonomous zone.
Trump owes 400 million to persons unknown.
You're taking our guns.
They're killing our kids.
You say that we're racist.
Trump definitely is.
Well, I'm so sorry you're easily triggered.
You know what, Barry? Fuck you. Seriously, just fuck you.
That's right, it's bad on both sides.
Stay tuned. Coming up next, the esports semifinals only on Twitch.
Hey, folks. Those were the bipartisans. Venerable Beltway duo whose act is definitely not aging well. And before that, we played Tina Pratt, Don Mary, and Bobby Saul, Racism. Well, according to the chat, I'm not the only one feeling angry these days. Some of you may be more in touch with that emotion than I've been. Alex processes it by meditating and smoking pot. Bberg 65 takes a bath with a cocktail. Not in the cocktail, I hope. Jen Wilding says, wine. Yeah, it's mostly just booze and weed. Leslie paints little people screaming. That's fun to think about. Okay, and for my part, yeah, I'm still deep in it. I guess when you pop that emotion, the feelings, they keep flowing. And, I've just been staring at this old photo of me and my niece, Chelsea. That face, right? And the baby's cute, too. A little joke. Didn't make me feel better. Yeah, I think I'm feeling sadness. Yeah, this is sadness. This is the blue one. Phyllis from The Office. Chelsea's, she's a young woman now, and I'm just wondering what kind of world we're leaving her and Billie Eilish. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I thought I turned off notifications. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. It's an email. My results? Is this my COVID? Oh, no. But my Kolchak the Night Stalker thermos has been delivered. So that's something for all you Kolchak fans out there. Kolchanetics. Oh, wait a minute. As I jawed, there's another email. COVID-19 test results. Click to view. Okay. One time only link. Don't know why it has to self-destruct. Date of birth. And my results are, come on. Inconclusive. What? Please schedule a new appointment. But I swabbed. I watched the video. I did what it said in the video. Damn it. Okay, I'm feeling my feelings. I'm just feeling my feelings. It's not anger. I'm not angry, but my whole body is vibrating. I'm feeling like a very tiny dog that just got wet and doesn't understand what's happening. Okay. Yeah, this is fear, the skinny purple one. Fear of maybe being sick, fear of dying. The big ones. But hey, I've faced death before, several times during broadcasts of this very show. It's more than that. I'm afraid. I'm afraid Trump could still get reelected. I'm afraid we're not going to get it together to solve systemic racism or global warming. And oh God, I'm afraid everything I believed could just turn out to be wrong. I mean, what if these guys are right? What if it's just about getting yours? What if justice and love are just fairy tales we tell ourselves to feel better? What if it's all meaningless? I mean, that's who Trump is, right? That's his message. He's the nothing from the never-ending story. Honestly, that's a thermos I should get. I wonder how much that is. No. Okay, I'm not going to try and distract myself. That's what I've been saying. I'm just going to sit with this feeling for a while. And in the meantime, I'm going to play a track.
It's late, I should be sleeping, but instead my heart is weeping. What if there's an outbreak at the schools? Now the economy's in trouble, the infection rate just doubled, 'cause some folks won't follow the rules. But I'm gonna keep on fighting. Too much at stake, no more hiding. And the thing that keeps hope alive, oh my God, RBG just died. Fuck! Holy fuck! Fuck! What the actual fuck? I guess I'll do my breathing. It's okay to feel my feelings. I can watch that British baking show. The whole West Coast is burning. All the hurricanes are converging. Oh my God, CNN's reporting the earth opened up and swallowed Idaho. Fuck! Oh, fuck! A fuck inside a fuck! The biggest fuck!
Tom Hanks has recontracted COVID.
Motherfuck, shimmy, shimmy, go, go, fuck. Now I'm diluting fuck. Fuck. The confluence of multiple fucks. Holy fuck. I'll have the fuck special with a heaping side of fuck.
Hey, folks. That was Cameron Wilkes with his new single, F star 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 CK, parentheses, keep hope alive. I was kind of on the fence about playing that one, but the response in the chat, it's looking like a lot of people are responding by saying RIP RBG. I mean, it's just Idaho. Keep horny alive, you know, standard good responses. You know, I think it feels true to the moment. Well, I have to say for myself, I'm feeling better. Well, maybe not better, but clearer, more awake. As usual, Billie Eilish, you were right. Feeling my feelings didn't suddenly offer all the answers, but I wasn't doing myself any favors by ignoring them, because the only way out is through. I did go out and check on my thermos, and I'm glad I did, because you're not going to believe this, but it's for the Kolchak reboot. Look at that. See that? It's Stuart Townsend. Yeah, I wanted Darren McGavin. Can't even believe they made thermoses for the new one. It was canceled after like 6 episodes. I mean, this is a real piece of shit. I think somebody just glued some paper onto that thing. You know what, though? I'm glad I got this thermos, because it is a reminder that some things are just out of my control. And that's not bad. That's the nature of living. I mean, how much of America's problems right now are driven by people who do anything to avoid feeling like they're not in control? So I'm taking the actions I can, and I'm going to make my peace with uncertainty. I'm signing up for another COVID test, and hopefully I don't have to, but if I do, well, you know, Ozzy and Osbourne and I are going to do our best to support each other if I've got it. And next week, Look, I know everyone here has fought and worked and done their part in so many different ways to make sure this election turns out right. There's no guarantee what's going to happen on Tuesday or in the weeks after. And no matter what the outcome, we'll still have to keep going, figuring it out. Just like Riley in Inside Out when she accepted the move and made friends on the new hockey team. Everyone's seen that movie, right? Because if you haven't, you know, that's what you should do this week. It's definitely streaming. Okay, I'm feeling one last feeling bubbling up here, and I'm going to name it. It's gratitude. I'm grateful for my friends and my listeners and the people I love, and for all the other people that are fighting together. My life might be smaller and more confined right now, but I know I'm not alone. This has been Lost Moon Radio. No. You know what? Wait. Hold on. Okay, this has been very cathartic, but I want to go out on an up note. All right? None of the sad jack stuff. This is a world premiere music video, and I'm sharing it as a reminder that, yeah, this is a hard time. But someday, this pandemic will end, and California will no longer be on fire, and there will be a lot of rebuilding work to do, but also fun and travel and celebration and romance. And I wish all of that for all of you, okay? Until next time, folks, go have a drink, and good night.
It's your birthday coming up the 6th of July. Yeah, got a present so sweet it'll make you cry. It's a treat for your lips, girl, gonna make your mouth water. You've been aching for this, it's just what the doctor ordered. Climb into my ride and lean the seat way back. We about to go to heaven, ain't nothing you gotta pack. Close your eyes real tight, open your throat up wide. Cause soon I'm gonna fill you up inside. Bitch, I'm taking you to wine country to show you you're the only girl for me. We're gonna take the 101 cause the 5 is a shit show. It's fucking shit show. Gonna shack up at a B&B. Ask them to recommend some wineries. But we'll only patronize the ones that are family owned. Main Street on Wall Street. Ain't gonna spare no expenses, vineyards all up on my dick. I'll drop 1,000 on Chateau Cheval Blanc if it's sick. Yeah, I'ma make it rain, throwing so much cash I'm scaring you. But for real, if it rain, they got an indoor tasting area. Later on, sex you up by a lake right as the sun is setting. Explore your whole body, not one part I'll be forgetting. You're gonna feel just like a princess in a golden palace. But no oral on this trip, girl, I gotta save my palate. Mad respect for wine country. Sometimes we'll have to pay a tasting fee. They're in place to offset the cost of maintaining the vineyard. Break it down. If we get packaged later on, we'll get a charcuterie plate. That's meat and cheese and olives, all that shit that tastes great. Yeah, don't look so surprised, girl. My tastes are refined, girl. Just cause I got a grill and I'm a street hood, don't me for a thrill that I can't eat good. I didn't come to nap, but just to tap your fly tan booty. No, while we're here, gonna sample wines both dry and fruity. Oh, girl, you fucking fine. I'm firing them jeans. And if we're drunk on too much wine, we'll hire a limousine. We'll go get some virgin olive oil, humping it till morning. Cause the fact that I know how to classify tannins makes you so damn horny. That night while you're on top of me, we'll review the finer points of viscosity. I'll learn you up on malolactic fermentation. Bitch, there ain't no stopping me. And when my junk's in your mouth, you'll detect a note of wood. The color and the clarity's beyond reproach cause it's aged real good. And when I bust a nut, make sure to swish it around. Then exhale through your nose as you swallow it down. That's how we roll in wine country. I know some places we can drink for free. My dad went to school with a guy who writes a wine tasting column. Great expectation. We'll commune with nature every day. I brought you copies of the artist's way. Sunrise is the perfect time to do my morning pages. Girl, get your sweet ass in my Maserati, cause we about to kick it like Paul Giamatti.
Are we live? Oh my gosh, thank you so much everybody who joined us on this live stream. This was such a bizarre experience, but we did it. We made a Lost Moon show. We cannot hear you or see you, but I know you're there.
We can hear.
I'm Dan. I directed this show, but it really wouldn't have happened without just the amazing work of everybody who was involved. They're heroes all. And you know, the whole point of doing this show was just to create a space, to create a space for us to be with each other and do the thing that we love, to create a space for our fans who we have such a strong connection with, and to just take a moment to, out of the craziness, to laugh and enjoy the things that we love so much, comedy, and our friends, and so that's what we did. And Jack has always kind of reflected where I think we've been emotionally. So if you want to know where we are, you just look at where Jack is. Anyway, just want to say thank you again for coming. And I don't know, you know, what the future holds. The show was never about telling you what's going to happen, but it is about saying that you are here, and as long as you're here, you are okay, and all things pass. And we are here. Lost Moon is here. We will continue to be here. There is not a pandemic or a global calamity that will stop us. So we will be putting stuff out. We have a lot of stuff planned, new songs and videos. So you should follow us on YouTube. I'm supposed to say that. It's very easy because you're on YouTube right now. You just go over and hit the subscribe button. We're also on Facebook and Instagram, all Lost Moon Radio. What else am I supposed to say? Oh, Place Called Home. Place Called Home is a terrific organization. We're so happy to be contributing to them, and we're thankful to the Comedy Bureau for partnering with them too. What am I forgetting, Ryan?
I think that's about it. Yeah, just thank you all for coming. I'll give a little hand here for Dan for directing. It was a unique and amazing challenge to shoot something this way, and thank you everyone watching for coming and supporting us in this big experiment. And we hope you enjoyed it and laughed, and that's it. We hope to see you really soon. We'll be putting out some of these sketches over the course of the next few weeks. So if you missed it, or if you have friends that weren't able to see the show because they were watching whatever's happening in the Dodger game, then they can watch later. You know, you can pass them your link, or tell them we'll have stuff coming out.
So
that's about it.
Yeah, between now and November, if you haven't yet, obviously vote. And then once you've done that, as Jack would say, feel your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Character I play. Do people still say